Greetings and salutations, everyone. It's time for another episode of Viewport Relay, a bi-weekly podcast, mostly, where the Viewport team looks at the latest news in the gaming industry. As always, I'm your host, Albert Corson, joined by Tristan Jung.
Hello.
And Alex Nestor.
Hey!
If you wanted to learn about the news, you should skip to this segment right here, which Tristan will put a timestamp with his editing magic.
42 minutes and 52 seconds. 47 minutes and 20 seconds.
I mean, we tell the truth more often than not. I feel like we've been really good about keeping to our schedule.
I mean,
I would never admit to being a liar.
Let's look. We work on a 2-week cadence. That's not incorrect. Whether we're every 2 weeks,
yeah,
but we're not every 3 weeks. Mm-hmm.
We are bi-weekly.
Yeah,
and to be honest, in the words of Albert Corson, there's no news. At least that was the case 2 weeks ago.
That was true, and we will start with our opening, as is usual. It's been a month since our E3 talkathon. Is that what we want to call that one?
Sure.
Just
live from West Seattle. That's what I put in the description.
Viewport Live.
Yeah.
Viewport Live, right? But it's been a month. What you been playing? Who wants to start? We'll popcorn it. We'll round robin it.
I got work meeting PTSD.
Okay. Yeah, you like that word? Let's popcorn,
Yeah, let's popcorn it. I've never heard that before.
I don't even understand why. That doesn't even make sense in my head. Popcorns do not touch other popcorns to make them pop.
That's true. Popcorn, if that was literal, it would be like, it's like, Tristan, talk about your day, and you're halfway through talking about your day, and then some other guy decides to pop and just stands up in the middle of your thing and is like, my day was great. And then halfway through some other guy's like, my day was also great. And then 20 people. But, round robin it. How about that? Is that?
Sure.
Okay. Round robin. Tristan, I feel like you always prepare for this, so I feel like you gotta go first.
I am always prepared for this. So, I skip over my B3 update then? Do I even mention that?
No, that's right after.
That's right after. So I'll skip that scheduled. One. Here are the games that I've been playing most in descending order.
You're going through all. I was going to do one game at a time.
That's what you mean by round robin. Okay, I mean, I'll still go in that order. I've been playing a lot of Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Silver 5.
Silver 2, excuse me.
Oh, God,
that's even worse, I know.
That's even worse.
I know. My friend and I have been trying to rank up. We've been top fragging every game. We've been winning a lot. Game refuses to rank us up. We've had matches with Silver 2s on our team. Theoretically the same rank as us. Have single-digit kills in competitive matches. We've had matches with Silver 2s on our team that double our kills. I think Silver 2 is basically where 95% of the player base is at this point. But, that's one of the games I've been playing.
That's for 5%. The 90% is in Silver 1 where you've distinguished yourself.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, round robin. Round robin plus popcorn. I'll popcorn to Alex.
Okay. So Todd Howard, he just infected my mind. So I had a lapse in judgment, and I ended up reinstalling Fallout 4.
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
I ended up playing it for about 45 minutes. I was like, I don't like this game. And then I uninstalled it again.
Fallout 4 is not bad.
I don't know. I just can't get into it at all in terms of how the dialogue and stuff is ran in that game, and it's just not interesting as a setting to me.
You just need to be Paladin Dance, aka George Clooney light, and then life is good.
Yeah, I don't know. I've tried multiple times to get into it, and I don't know. And there's barely any RPG elements to it, so I really just cannot get into it at all.
It's more of a Sims game than a Fallout
game.
I
feel that's what they did, is they ended up double dipping into the settlement creation, and that's kind of what they ran with, and that's kind of what influenced, I think, 76 a bit, is everybody's love of apparently the settlement system, which I really can't stand.
Well, I mean, there's another settlement that needs your help on. Let me mark it on your map.
There's so many settlements that need help out there.
Yeah.
The Minutemen are there, but yeah. So that was a game that was briefly played.
Nice.
Albert, give us one.
I'm going next. All right, let me look at a list. We'll start up with the follow-up from last time. Power Washing Simulator. Showed this game enough, but I beat it. Oh, I beat all the levels currently in early access, 100%. I think I'm like a professional power washer. That's like my title, if there's titles in that game. Yeah, do recommend.
What models should I get? IRL.
IRL. I can't extend my game knowledge into the real life.
All right, give us like the idea. What is your nozzle choice for the most effective clean?
Okay. There's a big
like
there's a big debate.
What will get me 80% there?
80? No. You don't. If you're gonna power wash, you go all the way. Okay. So first of all, there's no one nozzle. That's the life lesson of power washing.
Can't get away with one.
But to be frank, you only need 2 nozzles for the most part. But your best friend, 15-degree nozzle, is just overpowered. It's too good. It's too good. It gets the hardest grime off. The only thing it can't get off is when those little pranksters come and spray paint on the wall and you need to get paint off. Then you gotta go the 0-degree, like the laser beam nozzle.
Oh, yeah.
But 15-degree nozzle is your best friend, especially if you have the best power washer. So I think it's called like the Power Wash, like 3000 or something like that. That one, it gets everything, alright?
Okay, I'm headed to Amazon now.
For only one payment of $19.99, you can own Power Washing Simulator.
Hashtag shilling?
But wait, call now. And I will gift a second copy of Power Washing Simulator to anyone that you want. If you call within the next 5 minutes of this podcast being uploaded.
We're like 17 minutes in.
Just to please go.
The next game I've been playing a lot has been Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. I guess that's all I have to say. We've been trying to 4v4, 3v3, depends who shows up. Hardest AI. And let me tell you, that game is hard.
Oh yeah, the AI pulls no punches. They build.
Yeah, they build, they boom.
How much quality of life is there? Is this like a StarCraft 1 scenario where it's just kind of hard to control the game, so the AI is at a bigger advantage?
No, this is like a StarCraft 2 scenario, except your race changes every round, and the map...
So you can't choose? Or are you playing random or something?
Well, the AI we put on random civilization.
Oh, okay.
Myself, I usually play the Portuguese because I like the organ guns.
Hell yeah.
There's like 30 different maps in our pool, and depending on which one we get, sometimes there's no resources, sometimes there's like a huge wall blocking us, sometimes the friendlies are not too close to each other, and because there's 4 of us, depending on how we're placed on the map, sometimes we're flank players, sometimes we're the pocket players, so there's a lot of like strategic changes that need to happen from match to match.
How close are you to winning?
We beat a 2v3. Sorry, like a 3v2. But we're
you being the 3?
Us being the 3, but we want to do a full-on 3v3 or a 4v4. And my bigger concern is that there's an AI difficulty after hardest, which doesn't make sense in the vocabulary sense. So I'm just scared what that even looks like if we can't beat this AI at all. It's not even like we can't beat it consistently or anything. We just can't beat it.
Good old comp stomp. Except it sounds like you're getting stomped on by the comp.
Yeah, we're getting stomped by the comp. But that's the second game I've been playing a lot of. I'll popcorn it back to Alex.
Okay, so the game I've actually put a lot of time into in the past few weeks is Earth Defense Force 5 or EDF 5. I actually ended up playing through the entirety of the single player campaign, which was a thing I didn't think I'd ever do, but it was like 118 missions or something, and I was having fun. And then I unlocked the harder difficulties, and I got stomped in them. they do a lot of damage in the harder difficulties, so I'm still playing off and on, but not like I just went like day after day just grinding through missions in that game. I don't know, there's just something so satisfying just mowing down hordes of aliens. And we even jumped into a little co-op. I don't know if Tristan refunded the game or not. I'm kind of fearful of it.
No, but, I have it.
Okay.
I think you have more than 2 hours in that game, I feel like, so you can't refund it anymore.
Oh,
actually, yeah, probably true.
I've refunded games past 2 hours, don't worry.
Oh, it's got the connections on Steam.
Yep. Gabe, I need a refund.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I find it such a comfy game. Like, it's video game comfort food, I think. You can just turn your brain off mostly, except there's still some like mechanics and stuff in it to like move fast and stuff, so it's not completely brainless. But yeah, it's just easy playing. You just shoot stuff, they have silly ragdoll physics and everything. It just feels good to play.
I forget, are the aliens bugs in that game?
Oh, there's all kinds. There's bugs,
there's Pepe's.
Yeah, there's Pepe's.
Oh, what?
Okay, so when you first make contact with the aliens, they come out of their ships and they're big frogs, but for whatever reason, the cast is just like, they look and walk just like humans, and then they say they're speaking some language just like humans do, and it makes no sense, they're frogs. But yeah, I don't know, the dialogue is just great in that game too. It's like Starship Troopers or some sort of B-movie like that. It's just, I don't know, it's just great silly. I just love it. It's totally a video game, is what I would call it.
It's a turn your brain off sort of game.
Yep, exactly. And just unlock new stuff, try it out, see if it's fun.
I did enjoy the sessions that we've had. It was very relaxing. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I was just poking fun at the game half the time, which was also nice.
It invites you to. It sounds like a game that invites you to do that.
Yeah, it was D3 Publisher. They did like I can't remember what exactly they're called, but their campaign back in the day was to release what were basically budget titles, like great value or what store brand titles. They were cheaper than your typical video game, and EDF was one of those video games. But it just ended up being like one of their most popular ones, so it then got sequels and stuff. So yeah, it's always kind of had that kind of cheap charm, I guess I would call it, but, you know, they put a lot more love and care in the recent ones, so yeah.
Nice. Is there like an achievement for beating the hardest difficulty, or is that not a thing?
There are achievements, yeah. I think I beat all of normal mode, and I got 10% completion of the entire game.
Oh my, 115 missions and you got 10%?
Yeah. Because you have to beat it on every single difficulty.
Oh
and
my goodness.
There's 2 difficulties you unlock at the end of the normal mode, which is hardest and inferno. And
it's another game that hardest isn't the hardest.
Yeah, exactly. It lies to you. I have to try in hardest to not die and actually complete missions. I can't imagine what the game is like on Inferno.
Maybe you just need a second Defender of Earth with you.
Maybe. I need some Battle Brothers.
To be fair, I was dying on normal, or whatever we were playing.
Oh no.
The Pepes were too strong.
He's not the right man.
Yeah.
He's not.
When you first face aliens with guns, yeah, it's a different experience. You gotta tackle it differently.
Also, I've walked in front of Alex by accident a couple times where I just got blasted. I just died in one hit.
I play the Fencer, so it usually has like the super heavy weapons, like big cannons. So yeah, if you step in front of me when I'm firing, that's usually a bad time.
Alrighty.
Albert, give us another one.
I played the one game currently worth getting a PS5 for, called Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart.
It's on Bugsnax.
It's not that's not a game worth getting a PS5 for. That's what I think of that one.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to cut that out if I want to agree with them.
Ooh.
But played Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I think I brought it up last time, but I beat it. I also platinum trophied it. Gamer. It's pretty quick. It's super fun. It's kind of like Alex said. It's even on New Game Plus. It's not that hard of a game. So it's just like a perfect like shooter, fun, crazy game, which kind of like all the Ratchet & Clank games have been. So
we watched you start some of it, and then I watched a streamer play through the rest of it. It was pretty good. I liked the humor in it. It was a pretty good experience, I think.
Yep. Tristan.
All right. You ready? I've been playing Pokemon trading card game online.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
And now you may ask, why, Tristan? Why would you play Pokemon TCGO? Well, I've been getting very deep into the Pokemon TCG subculture, fueled by the sudden...
Why is there a sense of elitism in this speech going on here? Are you
I'm
better than
in
us
my
now?
speech tone.
Okay.
Being known as the Pokemon guy at work has, elevated him.
Yeah, I'm a step above all of you peons.
I've got a brand.
I heard that there was a little bit of money to be made in the Pokemon trading card game sector. So I dipped my toes in, and as Alex has said yesterday, I am at the point where I think I need help. If you're hearing this podcast, please call the gambling addict hotline and report me as soon as possible. I've bought almost 50 packs in the past 2 weeks in total.
Are they still hard to find in terms of getting purchases, or do you have like the channels you need to be able to find boxes and packs?
I do have the channels to purchase the boxes and packs. The issue is they usually sell them in $600 increments. I don't know how to feel about that.
3 boxes at once, or what?
That's like, they sell 6 boxes at once.
Oh.
So you
I'm
gotta buy
going
in bulk.
Yeah, the unit conversion is there's 10 cards in a pack. There are 36 packs in a booster box, and then there's 6 booster boxes in a crate. So a lot of folks sell them by crate. I don't think I mentioned this in our chat, but I've been also driving around to a couple different places to see if I can get them at retail stores such as Target, Best Buy, Barnes & Nobles, Walmart. I've gone to 3...
Wait.
Barnes & Nobles is open?
Yeah.
You said, when you messaged us, you said you're just getting a car to go out for a drive. You didn't tell us what the objective was.
That was on purpose,
said
I feel.
drive.
I
feel there was an ulterior motive you were implicitly thinking about.
The primary objective of that drive was actually to get that Korean, to go to that Korean restaurant, because that's down in San Jose. But I was like, I'm down in San Jose. Might as well drop by a couple places on the way back.
Yeah, the hobby stores,
Let's be real, it was the other way around. It was, there's a Korean restaurant here as well.
Food here.
Might as well stop by there while I'm picking up.
I can satisfy a basic human need while I'm here.
Yep.
Pokemon cards. So I've gone to 8 stores, and every single store has been sold out. Of everything. No booster packs, no cards. Usually at these places, they sell these like elite trainer boxes or tin cans that have cards in them. Everything is sold out.
That's just crazy to me, because I was thinking it's been probably over a year at this point that Pokemon cards really start blowing up in terms of, everybody's suddenly starting to invest in them and trade them. Or at least it feels that way. I imagine it's been going on for longer, but it really blew up like about a year ago.
Yeah, I think once the streamers took hold, there's no going
Well,
back.
the streamers are doing the old stuff, right? Streamers are doing like Gen 1 and Gen 2 packs.
Yeah.
Not like latest gen
stuff.
Well,
the thing is, I don't want to get too deep into it, but like even the booster packs from 2 expansions ago, so like within the same generation, there's usually like 8 to 10 booster expansions that come out. We're on number 6 for Sword and Shield. Even the ones that are like the booster pack expansion 4 for Sword and Shield sell for double the price. Not the cards, the actual like booster packs. And that was like 6 months ago.
You heard it first. If you're putting your money in crypto, you're doing it wrong.
Pull out, and invest all in Pokemon cards. Physical crypto.
But, okay, that's a tangent. Every single booster pack comes with an online code for cards in the digital game. So I've been playing the digital game. That's why I've been playing Pokemon TCGO.
How have you been doing? What's your win-loss rate?
I haven't been playing PvP. I've been playing PvE only, or PvCPU, I guess.
I'll just say this, Tristan, from what I've seen you playing Hearthstone.
Don't finish that sentence.
I don't know if you should venture into the realm of PvP.
What was the other card game I played? Legends of Runeterra. I was pretty good at that game. I almost got to plat.
I don't know how good that is.
Same. I don't think I've ever watched a single game of Legends of Runeterra.
And that's surprising to come from Alex, who's a well-versed Riot gameologist.
Am I?
You are.
Okay.
You seem to know random things about random games.
I do. I'm like a sponge. I just pick up random shit about video games at this point. And memes. That's really all I am anymore. That's
all humanity needs,
memes and games.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. We gotta finish this up. Is it Alex next?
Yep.
Yeah. So just a quick update on I'm at games I've already been playing, but Azure Lane, they did the latest collab of World of Warships. So this is the fourth set of ship girls based on ships that Wargaming has created in their game. And I'm currently grinding those out. So I'm almost done getting the aircraft carrier August von Parseville, a German creation of Wargaming's imagination based on Graf Zeppelin. So, yeah.
A nice 3D to 2D collab going on there.
Exactly, and they've been doing this for years at this point. It feels like the last set didn't actually come out that long ago, but it must have been at least a year. Yeah, I like them. They have nice designs, art designs.
Good choice of words, Tristan, right there.
Mm-hmm.
I like their designs, yeah.
Very tasteful.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, so just been grinding those out on the side when I'm not playing anything else. About you, Albert, what else you got?
Let's see. I got 3 more things, technically. How do I intro this? I guess I'll just talk about it. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Played it last year. Intergrade came out. Mm-hmm. I forgot. I think I brought up Intergrade. But I played Intergrade. It was fun, and then I was like, man, I really want to play FS7 hard mode. Get that trophy. Mm-hmm. So I started playing hard mode, and I'm about halfway through the game. I haven't played it in like about a week because I played a different game, but maybe I'll pick that up again. But it's not as hard as I thought it would be. At least so far, I'm on like well, I don't know how far Tristan is in Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I just got out of the sewers. We'll put it that way.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty.
I haven't had any super tricky fights. I've had to have like one where I had to restart, but that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's mostly a like MP management mini game once you're on hard mode.
Which just means don't use MP until you get to the boss, and then
exactly.
You have plenty of MP for the boss.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. But yeah, I remember just a random comment from me watching Intergrade on the PS5 at your house. It was insane seeing that game at 60 FPS. It looks so good. Just beautiful as a game. Anyways.
Oh yeah. And you summon Ramu, and he gets on his big old lightning tower,
yeah. and they just throw out all these lightning effects and particle effects. Yeah, they know what they're doing. So yeah, I really wish we saw something new for 7 Remake 2 or whatever it's going to be. So, anyways.
I trust them. I can wait.
God trust in the Nomura.
I can wait because they spent so long to make the first one, right? Everyone always they announced it too early. Maybe they did, but it came out right. It came out of the oven perfect.
Yeah, and Intermission was good too. I liked that. I liked that DLC a lot.
And they said they confirmed it'll lead, like the endgame cutscenes, it'll lead right into Remake Part 2.
Sweet. Cool.
Tristan.
I'll just loop the next 2 before. So it's short. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'll just group the next 2 because they're kind of short. Been playing Carto, which is an indie puzzle adventure game because we're playing it as part of Work's Games Club. We have this Games Club where we have to finish a game every month and we talk about it at the end.
Can you start B3 at work and do punishments on your coworkers?
Yeah.
Your pay docked 10%. Can you do that?
Because you didn't finish Final Fantasy VII Remake, huh?
Yep.
And I've also been playing Pummel Party.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
Yep.
Which has been interesting.
Is it better than Gang Beasts?
It's like Mario Party.
Mm-hmm.
There's like little mini games that you play. It's up to 8 players. There's online. There's a lot more items. There's a eggplant bomb you can kill people with. I'll just leave it out there.
That's all we need.
That's all you need.
That's what video games needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exploding eggplant.
Outside of the B3 games, I think that actually covers all my games. It was kind of a lean month for me compared to other months.
I'll have to see how hard you went on the B3, but we'll cover that in a bit. Alex, anything else?
I don't have anything else played, but I got on the docket, just kind of in the near future, in the front view mirror, I guess, would be RimWorld. I picked that up during Steam sale. And then also Yakuza 4 Remastered on PC. So I want to jump into that. I want another Yakuza story, but I'm trying to make progress on my B3 before I jump into that game. Yakuza 4 is very long since it focuses on like 4 protagonists instead of 1.
That's interesting.
I gotta get B3 at least started a good portion before I really jump into Yakuza, because I really want to spend a lot of time in 4.
All right. I got 2 last ones. We'll wrap up then. The game that I've spent, I think I checked my playtime the other day. I think I have like 40 hours in it in like maybe like 2 weeks or something. Full-time job at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Rogue Legacy 2.
Oh yeah, you've been in that game so much. I've seen it on Discord.
Yeah. I'm on New Game Plus 5 right now.
Oh my god.
And
so it's the Dark Souls of roguelike games, huh?
Roguelite. Or roguelike?
Oh, roguelite.
Roguelite.
Is it a roguelike or a roguelite?
I don't
It's
know.
a roguelite. A roguelite does not have progression between runs.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I thought.
I think I'm done playing for now. It's early access. There's plenty of stuff to do in early access, but the scaling when it comes to the New Game Plus and like the way that you get stronger is like not balanced right now. Totally perfect, to be honest. So, it's kind of gotten to a part where I guess you could say, it's gotten too hard, but it's just like, it's not as fun when all the enemies are super spongy. So,
yeah, true enough. So it just kind of scales their HP.
Yeah, it scales their HP, and you can choose your own difficulty modifiers every time you go higher.
Okay.
But the problem is, like, there's only a resource you can get from killing bosses, and that can upgrade, like, your like, different abilities to, like, I want to, if I upgrade ability A, it upgrades the number of, it adds essentially upgrade levels to my, like, damage and my weapon stuff, right? So I can upgrade those more now. But the problem is, those, like, upgrade A, it gets more and more expensive every time you upgrade it, but the amount of tokens you get from killing the bosses is the exact same every time. So, like, at a certain point, it's like, the enemies are scaling at a linear level, but yours is like what's the decaying, right?
Yeah, diminishing.
Decaying rate, right? So it's like they're just getting the same. They're not like getting exponentially stronger, but you're slowly getting weaker and weaker as every run goes by. So
yeah, okay.
I've kind of stopped at this point. I'll pick it back up once the next big update comes out or something. And then last update, I haven't played for a while. Everyone's been streaming Final Fantasy XIV on Twitch. They ran out of all the stories. They ran out of digital CD keys.
If you hop on at prime time right now on Cactar, it's like a 200-person queue. I
had 400 yesterday. I had to wait 10 minutes yesterday.
Yeah, it's crazy right now.
And it's pretty bad. In a good way. Obviously, it's good to have lots of people. But I just started playing, started grinding a little bit, doing some roulettes just for fun, playing the content.
Yeah, I don't remember. Have you finished the relic weapons for Shadowbringers?
I'm technically 3 away from getting the last one, but I'm probably not going to turn it in just because I want to keep doing Zadnor to just keep getting, or DR to keep getting the memory. So just saving up. It's not like I'm in a rush to get the weapon or anything. Yeah. That's it. Oh, Alex, did you ever beat your ultimate? That's a question I had.
Nope, we're still trying to reform the group.
Okay. Trying to
After
find a
some
not
heater
bad person.
issues, yeah. They gotta show up on time.
Tristan
and things
John,
like that.
2
Basic
weeks.
things.
2 weeks.
Oh my god.
Free
Oh, yeah.
player.
The
Are
amount
you ready?
of the amount of 2 week come and do this thing messages. If I come back for 2 weeks, I'm only playing Mahjong. I'm not doing anything else. I'm sorry.
Wait, you literally volunteered yourself like 3 days ago.
Did I?
Right,
I said
Alex?
I thought
You
I was
did.
gonna say I was gonna play Mahjong.
Alex, didn't he say you have 2 weeks, let me know when, and I'll start my trial? Didn't he say that?
No. See. Trying
No.
to see when I should time the free 2 weeks. Since the window seems to be pretty large, I'm actually just going to play Mahjong.
Oh.
Yeah. He never offered anything other than
Oh,
Mahjong
wow.
playing.
Doesn't want a fancy title. Anyways, we're running super late. on
That's
what
the
we're playing.
episode. I think.
That's
Yeah.
the episode. Bi-weekly podcast where we talk about the latest news in the gaming
Where
industry.
we actually just end up talking about what we've been playing.
No, that's fine. That's the most
Mhm.
exciting part. Maybe.
It's the better stuff.
Says people who listen to a news podcast. We have to go over the big book of bets, though. We have some updates. We didn't have it. So, unfortunately, due to the news timing, Tristan had a bet due on 4th of July, finish Devil May Cry 5, and the punishment for not beating it was he would not be allowed to play any game made by Riot Games until he beat it.
Honestly, the worst punishment you can give me.
Yeah, I'll keep...
Mhm.
that punishment's going to come up over. It's good motivation. It's lazy, but it's good. All right.
You want the
Tristan, I'll let
update?
you... Yeah. Go give us your update.
So-
How about updates on all of your bets?
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't bring it up. June 17th, 2021. I woke up that day and I said, today's the day. I'm gonna finish Devil May Cry 5. No, Devil May Cry V.
Mhm.
I sat on my couch and I didn't do anything else until I finished the game.
Hell yeah.
And I beat it. It took me about... I was already on like mission 5 or 6.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
So it's
Yeah.
like a quarter in, right?
Mhm.
So I finished
Yeah,
the rest of the
about 20.
game in one sitting. I sent you
Bro,
guys
you
the
gotta
credits.
stand, man. You gotta stand. You could get, like, blood clots.
That's fine.
B3 is gonna be the death sentence for us.
Mhm.
That is my Devil May Cry 5 update, so I'm unbanned from Riot Games games.
Clear it from the bets. Did you like it? I hope you liked it.
I
That's
liked
part
it.
of the-
I liked it.
Yeah.
I can see why people play it on like the hardest difficulty.
Mhm.
I would say I actually thought it would be a lot more like button mashy with a lot of enemies like Dynasty Warriors. But it turned out to be like there's less enemies and you have to be a little bit more strategic about how to beat them.
So you're saying it's the Dark Souls of Devil May Cry games.
It's more of like you gotta be the combo person and not just hack and slash.
That was a joke. I hope people...
Although when you play as Nero, that's the first character you play, right?
Yes.
I feel like he's a little bit broken because whenever I'm 1v1ing against an enemy, I just kind of like stab at them, like the running stab, and they get pushed away, and then I pull them back in with the grapple, and they're just kind of stuck in a combo loop.
Yeah, some of the enemies can work that way.
But
yeah, all of them are broken if you learn them enough. Because Dante has some crazy tech you can pull off when you're really good with him.
I see. Yeah,
I
I
like
was
doing
time
all the
trapping
weapon switching
the
systems and
AI
stuff.
monsters in this game.
I was the worst at Dante. I was the best at V.
Yeah, V is interesting because he doesn't play anything like the other two. 'Cause you're just summoning stuff.
Yeah.
And you gotta walk around and then you poke him with your walking stick.
So that's that. Surprising, I haven't really played a Riot Games game since then, so I don't know why I finished it so early.
Now you aren't even playing Valorant, you're playing CSGO instead.
Yeah.
I think you went cold turkey and you realized, like, I don't really like those games. I just don't
Yeah,
want to
maybe.
play
This in my
those
life.
games.
I should probably just quit my job too. Maybe that's why I'm just there for
It sounds like you have more fun playing Age of Empires.
No, I don't. I like playing CSGO more, I think.
Because you can just dominate on people. Okay, I see.
And
how
never
it
get
is.
ranked up.
Yeah. Hey, that's
Mhm.
fine, you know. Would you rather just win all the time, or would you rather, you know, play against people of your level and lose a bunch?
Yeah, but then, I get shit on for being silver too.
Yeah, but then you're like, what's your KD ratio? Mine's like 50
7.
to 1.
50.
Oh, yeah, see? Dropping 50 bombs every match.
And for the
I
big
can't
one,
wait.
Final
I can't
Fantasy
wait.
VII
I
Remake.
can't wait.
I have not booted the game since last month.
Oh, no!
Wait. No, I have, because last month I was at your house and we played it on your couch. I actually downloaded the save file and I verified that it worked on my system, but that is the furthest I got.
Tristan, or Alex, you gave him the wrong punishment. You should have gave him the Riot Games on the Final Fantasy VII one.
Yeah, I didn't go mean enough.
Guys, there's like 2.5 weeks left.
There is. You got time still.
Yeah.
It took me
You
2.5
can make it.
weeks to like beat that game the first time. But,
DMC
like,
5, I beat it in one sitting. I think I got this.
Tristan,
Yeah,
I hope for the sake of B3 and enjoying the game, when you play it, you just don't like skip through the cutscenes.
No, I've been watching. Yeah, even when we played it, well, I was like trying to think of examples, but I realized the last time I actually played it was at your house. When I played at your house, I stopped skipping the cutscenes after I got the title card.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
Mhm.
You did. Because that's where you've already played up until.
Yeah. I can speed run up to title card.
Any percent.
I know exactly which cutscenes are skippable and when to press the start button.
Nice. All right. Well, Tristan, when's our next podcast recording?
It was like the week before.
It's going to be like 5 days
it's gonna be
before
the
this
date.
due date. So hopefully next time we'll have some juicy updates on whether Tristan's going to tell us he has to take the rest of the week off to play Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I feel like I'm at like the sprint update and I just haven't been delivering for the
Yeah,
past
you're at your refinement.
Yeah.
You've been like shopping Pokemon cards instead of working
Oh,
on your work,
no.
and you have to come up with some excuse. Tristan, I will say there is the bet reconciliation process that no one has entered yet.
You know what? I don't think I'll need it. Like, I trust myself.
It's an option. It's a fallback. All right, it's not a.
Yeah.
But
It's not a crutch.
If we hear you didn't start playing the game until a week before it was due, the auditors might not have a favorable outlook on being lenient with you.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't swear on any Bible or anything of that sort.
You swore on the big book of bets.
No.
when you placed the bet.
I mean, about giving the updates. As far as you know, I could have just finished the game and lied about it here.
I don't know why you would do that, but you
Yeah.
might have. Well, all I know is that a month ago when I saw you, you had not progressed. So that's as much
I have
information as
regressed at that point because I had to start
Yeah.
all over again.
you relapsed.
No, I'm not lying. I actually did not boot up the game after E3.
I'm sure you'll love it if you play it. I'm sure you'll love it.
Let's just go in the
I
same
guess-
order. Alex can go
Same
next.
order, Alex. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
sure.
got any updates?
Yeah, so I was actually,
So what's your bet first?
it was Persona 5 Strikers.
And what's your due date by?
It was like Labor Day or something.
Okay.
So I got time. But yeah, so I did the old, college assignment. It's about 2 hours before it's due. So I booted up about 2 hours ago, and I started playing it. It just astounds me, that game. It's a Muso game, but it's like actually a Persona story. It does weird things to my brain. But
I have a question. Do you guys like Persona because the story or the combat? Or
the
both?
story is what I like it mainly for. I don't really care for the RPG part of it too much.
Okay, so that's good that you like the story then. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Muso part
It's
of
like,
it.
I hate the story part.
well, that's why I like
Oh.
SMT, right?
Mm-hmm.
For
That
the story?
would make sense.
For the story or for the combat?
no,
No,
for
for
the
the-
RPG elements.
Okay, the RPG.
Yeah, it kind of plays too much like a classic JRPG for me, my taste. I don't really care for it too much, but yeah, I like the story characters and stuff. But yeah, it's got
Alright.
really good music. I'm making progress, TM.
Hey, that's better than Tristan.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As for myself, I booted up MGS5 last time. I think I might have given an update. So mine's MGS5. I have to beat it by the end of September. I played it for like 3 hours, And I'm like, guys, I don't know if I like stealth games. So if I play this, it's gonna be rough.
You can play MGS5 as not a stealth game.
Yeah, I might just do that, because honestly, the stealth is kind of painful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe I'm just bad, but like, I can't figure out, well, not that I can't figure out, like, I walk up to an enemy, right? I'm walking real slow, and then like, right when I'm behind him, I don't know if I'm supposed to walk even slower than the slowest speed that I'm going, but like, he'll always get the exclamation point. He won't like discover me, but like, I can't just get like a purely silent takedown. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or...
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing something weird,
But yeah, so... I mean, it's not like he ever calls the radio or anything, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like punching people, though, just like spamming the left mouse when they're like over near a cliff, and you just like... Poof, poof, and they're like, ah!
Or you do the sprint motion, and you just like punch them.
Yeah.
He does a weird like Bionic Man punch for some reason, because Kojima...
I'm not used to this. This is my first Kojima game. I'm really confused at the fact that he puts himself, like, there's a trailer for, like, every single mission, and he puts his name there, like, 5 times. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not there's, like, 30 movies in this movie.
It's like a TV show. You're getting an episode.
It kind of is. That's the best way to put it. Except he puts his name, like, 5 times. It's like, director... Hideo Kojima, producer Hideo Kojima, writing Hideo Kojima. It's like, is this a meme? Because at like some point, like it's like
it's kind of weird too at certain points because it kind of spoils characters who are in the mission.
Yeah, sometimes. It does. It does.
They'll say starring so and so, and you're like, oh, they're gonna be here. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like. It's like after the 4th mission, it's just like a joke gone bad because it just keeps happening, and it's like, okay, I understand it.
I get it. You made the game.
Yeah, and then it's like it's not fun. It's funny like the first time you're like, right? Like it's like a joke movie, right? Where they're like, we'll put like the same, the director like 5 times in the credits, but it's like imagine if that like happened like 20 times, you'd be like, all right, I'm kind of over this already. So I got time to play it. I think I'll get my Final Fantasy fix in for the rest of this month, and then next month I'll start going hard, just so I have enough leeway that I know I'll beat it by the end of September. Because I know September is... I feel like we're going to get some game launches in September, so...
Yeah.
I gotta save some time.
Definitely a lot of stuff coming up in fall.
Yeah. Alright.
That wraps up episode 75.
We good?
We good. I also played Mario Golf Super Rush.
You can't just put that in here.
Well, I just remember. I just remember.
I thought you were prepared for this.
Well, I keep forgetting
what
about
an
the Switch
amateur.
games.
Oh, I podcast with some amateurs here, guys. I thought I was in the big leagues with Tristan Jung with his spreadsheets. All right. Well, tell us about golf, because I'm actually interested here.
All right. I've played single player adventure mode. I beat the whole thing.
I heard it was short.
I beat it in 1 day. I think those are the games I need to play.
You beat DMC 5 in a day, so I don't know how long did it last.
Well, I played it during that Vancouver trip day, so it was about 8 to 10 hours. So I would say it's about 8 to 10 hours.
Okay, that's not too bad.
I would say the multiplayer is where the fun really is, as per usual. There's 3 different modes. There's one mode where it's like the normal golf, right? It's like you take a shot you hit the ball, not
you take
like
a shot.
Yeah,
you take a shot.
You don't drink
like normal golf. You take a shot.
Take a shot, and then you tally the score by who has the lowest score, etc., etc.
Yeah,
there's 2 other modes. One is based on time, so everyone shoots their ball at the same time. And
that's like the party mode or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's like first to get it in the hole. And your characters have special moves that like disrupt other players. You can knock other people's balls off the course, like into the water. It's really mean, but it's also a lot of fun. So that's the second mode. And then the third mode, which I think is the most fun, is called Battle Golf. You're on this kind of arena, and there's 9 holes on that arena. And when you're playing with 4 people, it's the first person to get 3 holes, I guess. But how it works is if one person scores in one of the holes, it's blocked off from the rest of the players.
Oh, that's great. Mm-hmm.
So there's like items lying around. You can shoot bombs at people. You can knock balls off the course. And because you're playing on this like big arena that has holes everywhere, you basically have to plot a strategy on which holes you're going to go for. So you want to go for holes that other people aren't going for. You'll want to disrupt other people. And because there's 9 holes and it's first to 3, mathematically there's only one winner.
Yeah, I was when you said 9 holes, 4 players, 3 to win, I did the math in my head and I was like, I want to see a match where everyone has 2 and they're all fighting for the last one.
Yeah, that has happened multiple times.
Oh, yes.
It is insane. I just wish there were more arenas, because right now there's only 2 arenas. And I hope they don't pull a Super Mario Party and release the...
Knowing how they...
The definitive edition.
So Super Mario Party had horrible support, but the other game they did was Mario Tennis, and that game got DLC for like a year. Like, they kept adding new characters and like new courts and stuff for like a year. It was crazy. So I hope they support it and add new stuff.
Yeah, because like my only complaint with that game is the normal golf courses. There's only 5 of them. There's only 2 arenas in battle mode, so there's not that many. There's not that much variety in the actual locations.
Yeah. You would hope at this point. You're hoping that, like, unlike a tennis game, that they would add new stages, because I feel like the characters are maybe in a good place already.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there King Boo? Is that a character? Because that's who I play in tennis all the time.
There is Boo. There's no King Boo.
Ah, he's my Mario Kart guy.
Yeah. Of course, doesn't matter for me. I only play as Toad, so.
The worst. the literal worst. That's what he sounds like. You know what? I take it back. Toadette's worse. Why do people like Toadette? Anyways. Here's the actual. This is where
that wraps it up for episode 75.
Yeah, that wraps it up for episode 75. Anyways, here's the actual news. This one's gonna be fun. Let's start off with. Oh man, let's start off with.
It's here.
It's here, everyone. The Switch Pro is here. Let me run through the features. And by the way, it's not Switch Pro. It's the Nintendo Switch OLED, open parenthesis, OLED model, close parenthesis.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we got. That's the best they could, they couldn't have called it like Switch HD or something, right? It's like literally, it's like reading a spec sheet, right?
At this point, they should have just adopted the Apple model of naming things and just called it the Switch again. I feel like calling it the OLED makes it even more confusing.
I mean, it's too technical. It's like exactly what it is, which is like, it's surprising from Nintendo, which has blundered with like the dumbest namings, that they're like, you know what? We're not making the same mistake. People are always like, Nintendo, you have like 5 different 3DS models. I don't know which one. Nintendo, you had Wii and Wii U and everyone got confused. And now they're like, you know what? It's a Switch with an OLED screen. It's Switch OLED. And now everyone's like, Nintendo, your names for your stuff is so boring. And they're like, how can we win? I mean, they hate everything.
How are they going to name the next iteration at this point? It's also probably going to have an OLED screen, right?
That's true. Switch 2. There you go.
Switch
All
2.
Right. Let's talk about the features. 7-inch screen, 720p, and
adjustable tilting stand thing.
Yeah, better stand. So it's like a Surface. If you know what a Surface Pro looks like with like the stand, that's kind of how it looks. LAN adapter on the Switch dock, which is hilarious because it should have been in there.
Welcome to 1999.
Welcome to one
figured
Xbox.
Out basic internet.
Did the Xbox, the original Xbox, have a LAN adapter on it?
Yes.
Yeah. And when did that come out? Xbox. I wanted to type in Xbox One into Google, but that won't get.
That would not get you.
I think it was in like 2001 that it came out.
It's like
2001.
Yeah, I want to say 01.
Okay, so 01 is when
the technology was invented.
Yeah, is when we had the technology to do this.
On console, at least.
Yep. Let's keep going. What else we got? 64 gigabyte storage, up from 32. Still not enough, in my opinion.
I need a 400 gigabyte SSD, or like 512, sorry.
It should have come with like 128, like minimum.
I keep buying SD cards because I keep running out of space.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I just have one. I have a 256 gigabyte one that I bought a while ago.
I have a 256 one, and it keeps filling up.
Whoa, my goodness. You have a lot of games, sir.
I mean, Pokemon by itself takes up like 30 gigs.
But where are the other 200 gigabytes going? I guess I buy some of my games physical, so that saves a little room. But anyways, keep going. Last one. Better speakers, apparently.
Yeah, front facing.
Fantastic.
And the price? Drum roll. $349.99, $350, $50 increase. So that slots it. There's an interesting thing going on here. So let's go over all of our next gen consoles. We've got a Switch Lite at $249, right? $249. Mm-hmm. We've got a normal Switch at $299, as well as the Xbox Series S at $299, I think.
Okay.
And then we have a Switch Pro at $349.
Switch OLED, sorry.
Switch OLED at $349. And then a PS5 discless edition at $399.
It blows my mind. $50 to get into 4K.
Yeah. Versus $350 to get at 540p like Hyrule Warriors at like 20 FPS. Okay. How do we start this discussion?
I don't know. Were we just expecting too much of Nintendo?
I think that's a little bit of it. I've simmered down some arguments, and let me know what you guys feel from opinions online that it's essentially like the Switch had its best sales year last year. They sold, I think it was like 23 million Switches, which is insane. Like, that console's almost sold 100 million units, which is like the benchmark to have like a quote unquote, like, you know, when we rank like the great consoles, it's like if you sell 100 million, you're like considered a super success. And it had its best year last year. So a lot of people are like, why, like business wise, it doesn't make any sense for Nintendo to suddenly like make their Switch that's already selling so well become obsolete by releasing something that's more powerful. Mm-hmm. The worst argument I saw online was like, you guys were all pipe dreaming if you thought, you know, Switch was doing 4K, you know, 4K graphics, maybe even just 30 FPS, but 4K graphics, in that small of a form factor, you know, when the PS5, you know, can barely do 4K with like Ratchet and Clank. I think they're doing 40 FPS now, 4K 40 FPS on Ratchet and Clank. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I don't know what some of these online people were thinking when they're like, you guys are complaining about no 4K. I was like, bro, I just want a game that can play 1080p 30 FPS. Okay? That's all I want.
Yeah, that's the big thing is, yeah, it's really like you have games like Fire Emblem Three Houses, and then Age of Calamity is another one where it struggles to perform.
You had a game that was a launch title for your system 4 years ago that couldn't run at 30 FPS locked, and you haven't upgraded the hardware to even get that to work.
It's just astounding to me that we're in 2021 and we have a system that's this weak, I guess, comparatively to everything else. And especially since Xbox and PlayStation both made such a push to get higher FPS numbers, because that's kind of a big thing now for people.
Tristan?
I think it's because they don't want to fragment their games, because that happened with the new 3DS.
I think that's exactly why too.
Yeah, that's probably the big thing, yeah.
Because it makes life harder for developers too.
Mm-hmm.
But I also agree with Alex that half the games don't feel playable at this point. Half the good games, sorry. That I feel like it warrants a hardware upgrade. How long has it been? 5 years?
4 years.
4 years?
4.5. We're close on 4.5 soon. Which, you know, that's since the launch of the console, right? Obviously, they have to finalize the hardware, like, way before it launches. So you could say, like, 5, maybe 6 years old hardware that they were using in this thing.
To be honest, I've tried because Nintendo can't also get a hold of GPU chips at this point.
That was a big concern that a lot of people were saying as well. They're saying if, they're seeing everyone get mad at, the PlayStation 5 not being able to get them, not being able to get Xboxes, and they're saying, and we want to try to launch our own console.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, the one that we can, like, we have contracts in place to develop so many of the other Switches, right? It's like, why would we make a new one? It doesn't make business sense. You want to, like, the business sense is to wait till the Switch sales start dipping,
mm-hmm.
and then release the new one.
Yeah.
And it's weird, and I thought about it too, Tristan, about fragmenting the player base, but then, the argument you could make is, hey, PlayStation 4 released a PS4, Xbox released an Xbox Series X, Xbox One X, my goodness. Xbox One X.
You made the mistake too.
I made the mistake too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and that, no one made a big fuss about that. I think the problem is, if the Switch original was capable of playing games at a stable frame rate originally,
yeah,
releasing a new model that would say, hey, you can play it now, like 60 FPS version of it,
mm-hmm.
would be fine. But when you're having games struggle to run already, you can't release an upgraded model that's like, now you can play it at a stable frame rate, because then it's like what you said, Tristan, right? Game developers are like, guys, you can't play, like, they're gonna be like, sorry, play it on a Switch HD or Switch
right.
improved, because all the one's just too weak, like,
yep.
you can't get it to work on it.
Yep.
Or either you're gonna be playing at like 540p. So.
I think they're kind of in a pickle, but like you said, they're doing so well, I don't think they really care.
Yeah,
no, I don't think they care.
They're in success Nintendo mode where they really don't have to try very hard.
They're literally in the it prints money,
records.
I can't hear your complaints mode right
Mm-hmm.
now. And I guess the most disappointing thing is the price increase for the such lack of
the Ethernet
features.
Adapter, Albert. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not just that, but it's like, it's two things what we got from this, right? It was, other than the Ethernet adapter, all these features, the new screen, the new speakers, I guess not the new upgraded storage, but the new stand and everything, it's all for people who play it portable mode, which is fine. I'm sure there's plenty of people, like a majority of people who play a lot on the portable mode.
Yep.
But then it's like, since there's no hardware update, it's like, not only is this for people who only play in handheld, it's for people who most likely don't already own a Switch and only want to play in handheld,
right.
which is a very weird market segment to pinpoint. Cause now it's like, there's been 2 console revisions that it's like for handheld gamers, right?
Yep.
It's like, the Switch Lite was like, hey, you only play handheld? Awesome. This one's cheaper. Obviously there's no detachable Joy-Cons, so if you get Joy-Con drift, sorry. But that's like, that was already targeted toward handheld. And this is like, oh, but for you handheld gamers that want a better experience.
The hardcore handheld.
Yeah, the hardcore handheld gamers. This one's got OLED. And then it's like, oh, for you docked players, Ethernet port. Here we go. Yeah. It's just like, why? I don't understand.
Yeah, I think you're right. The people who have been, the handheld players who've been holding out are not going to be excited about the $50 increase.
Yeah.
It's not going to win them over. If anything, they're probably going to be like, oh, God, okay, I'll get the Lite or something. Maybe that's their plan?
It's kind of weird. I honestly don't understand it. I will say, though, if I didn't own a Switch at this point, I would probably buy the OLED model.
Sure.
Just being in, the financial position I'm in, like, okay,
Look at
$50 more.
Yeah, this guy is.
This is a guy buying boxes of Pokemon boosters right
it's
here.
It's an investment.
Okay. I don't know. It's such an interesting thing. The one thing I do understand the disappointment on is the not releasing a revised Joy-Con version that doesn't drift.
Mm-hmm.
That's a weird.
Yeah, they left
thing.
that completely out of their presentation.
Yeah.
That's fixable, right? I heard that's also a thing with the PS5 controllers or something. It has to do with the thumbstick technology.
Exactly. I heard it's a lot more difficult to to do it on, it's like, yeah, it's the technology underlying how the thumbsticks work, but due to the size and how small, like the plastic piece on the Joy-Cons are, it makes it a lot easier to break on the Joy-Cons just because they're so much smaller and so much more fragile. Yeah. Switch OLED. Tristan, are you gonna get one?
No.
Alex, are you gonna get one?
No.
Albert, am I gonna get one? No.
Alex is never getting a Switch now. Nintendo missed their shot.
All right.
They had one job and they screwed it up.
Hear me out here. Hear me out, right?
Okay.
I feel like it has to be at this point. Everyone asked when the Switch launched, right? They said, how does Nintendo get away from the Switch, right? Like, they can't, right? Like, it's such a great idea, like, implemented. Like, let's be real, PSP was ahead of its time, right? Nintendo got it right, finally, right? The technology was finally here. You know, Ethernet ports, not quite yet there for Nintendo, but everything else was there. 2 or 3 years from now, Switch 2, right? That's what it's gotta be.
Oh yeah, I would highly suspect that Nintendo would go down the similar route. Now they could do a curveball and do like a, GameCube to Wii kind of transition where they just throw out some really weird idea and see if it sticks or not. But I feel they're going to play it safe and hit us up with a Switch 2.
I'm having like daytime nightmares about the weird stuff that they could come up with. Mm-hmm. Like it's a Switch with 2 screens, like the 3DS.
No, not this again. Right? Not this again.
No. Listen. I'm not done. I had another idea. So it's like the DS. So it has 2 screens. It has 2 pairs of Joy-Cons, and it still goes into the dock, but it folds over. So it's like
okay.
Oh my god.
It's like a weird taco or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're gonna partner with Nokia and make it a phone. The N-Gage was ahead of its time.
The N-Gage Neo. Yeah.
Here we go.
It's a Nintendo Switch, but it has a full QWERTY mechanical keyboard attached to the bottom of it.
Finally, you can type to your Splatoon friends.
Yeah.
Here's a weird thing.
That reminds me. I want to mention that in the ad they did for a presentation for this OLED model, they showed for communicating you still have to use your phone. No in-game voice still. Yeah,
no in-game voice. Also, no Bluetooth headphones still allowed on Nintendo Switch.
So I found that funny.
Yeah, it's sad.
Anyway, go on, Albert. What were you?
So no, my thought, right, was Nintendo goes back to a DS line company mindset of Switch portable as well as a physical console. But
I feel, yeah, okay, go on.
The Switch 2 has DLSS in it, so you can play it on your like, essentially the whole thing about the Switch was they wanted to be able to have all their game dev teams on one level, right? But they can keep that now because the Switch has DLSS. So if you play it on your Switch, it can up-res to, let's say, 1080p 30 FPS. But if you buy the new Nintendo console, you can play like 4K 30, right? So if you have the home console, like their new home console line, you can play the same games on your Switch, but at higher resolutions and fidelities and frame rates. But if you're on the Switch, you can still play those games, but they'll just be at like lower fidelity. Maybe they go into like something like that.
I think we're falling into the trap again, where we're convincing ourselves of the actual good ideas, and Nintendo's...
No, I don't think this is a good idea. This is kind of like an Xbox Series S versus a Series X, right? Where it's like they have their different use cases, right? Oh, you want to care about portability? Buy the Switch. You can play the same games that you can play on the Switch console version, or like, the Nintendo console, but just it's portable but less thing. But if you want to be the world's most powerful Nintendo console, you buy the new console edition, and then you can play the same games, but it's at 4K. I don't know. I think it's a horrible idea, but maybe that's, Nintendo's not a stranger to the horrible ideas, as we know from today. I'll be real. Switch Lite should cost $199. Switch Normal Edition now should cost $249, and Switch OLED should cost $299. That's how the pricing should have gone. But I think the reason they can justify keeping it at $349 is the sales numbers went up. So like, you only decrease the sale on your, like, just common business, right? You only decrease the price on your product once the sales start dipping.
Demand goes down,
Yeah. It just feels so weird being in this scenario where if the PS4 or PS5 and Xbox were in ample stock, no one would buy a Switch OLED, I think. Because, like, $50 more.
It'd be a hard proposition at this point, I think. I think I can't say that most people have wanted to buy into Switch have bought a Switch.
Here's the other question. Do you think the Switch OLED's also going to be in stock amply-ish?
You know, I thought about that, and I looked on Twitter. There's a lot of people who are saying they're going to buy it on launch day. So I don't know. Scalpers probably will buy all of them anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get them off the Pokemon card so I can... I think they're a different segment, though, so...
I will say, the dock looks pretty sick. I like the black and white Joy-Cons. They look pretty sick. And
that's how they're getting you.
I feel like the screen is actually going to look, like, really good. The thing is, I just don't play it on handheld enough to justify buying a new Switch, right? If I could trade in my old Switch, you know, and pay like $150 to upgrade to the new one, maybe I would get it, but like,
can you do that at GameStop?
I don't know if they've announced they're doing that, though.
Also, I feel like even if the screen is nice, the fact that it's going to be rendering at like 500p or whatever the resolution is
it's 720.
Do all games run at 720?
Most do, yeah.
Okay. I thought Age of Calamity ran at a lower resolution.
Well, it's dynamic resolution, right? So you won't really notice, theoretically. I don't know how low it gets in that game. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting decisions from Nintendo, as usual.
The lowest resolution being 676 by 380.
Wow.
It's like YouTube.
Yeah, almost super old PC style.
The main reason I would get the Switch OLED from my current one, the only reason is because, you know, I have a launch day Switch, so does Tristan, and about 3 years in, remember, Switch upgraded its processor to extend the battery life by about like 40 to 50%.
Yeah.
So I'm already running like the lower battery, you know, power one, and the OLED will probably help a lot, even more on the battery life.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the only reason I would upgrade. But the thing is, I'm never playing the Switch on the go for, like, more than 3 hours, then I'm really running out of battery anyway.
Yep.
I guess agree. we could sell our Switches, Tristan, because they're moddable, right? They're hackable, because they're the older, they have the older stuff in them.
Are you telling me we can be flipping Switches instead of Pokemon cards? My god.
We can. Alright, we gotta move on. We're only gonna talk about one more thing today, because, we'll talk about this one real quick, because I don't know how much one you guys want to talk about it. There was a state of play. It's the reason why we delayed it this week.
It was worth it.
It was, in my opinion, very lackluster, but we will talk about it. We're just going to roll through the announcements. So, there was Moss, Book 2. There was Arcadegeddon. That's kind of hard to say. I want to say like Arcageddon, but no.
The new Destiny killer.
Yep. Tribes of Midgard, which just had like DLC stuff. Fist. That was like the Chinese game, right, Alex? I think.
No, this was like the animal game.
Wasn't it by a Chinese studio?
Billy?
Billy. Yeah,
Billy.
That's the Chinese video streaming service. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I think they're publishing it, but yeah. It looked kind of interesting.
All right, we're just rolling through.
It looks like Bionic Commando.
Hunter's Arena Legends, which was like the 30-player fighting game battle royale.
Yeah, fighting game battle royale. I have no idea how that will be.
Yep. Then we had Sifu.
That was from E3 or something, right?
I don't know. All I remember from the trailer is the guy's getting older and older, and he just keeps beating up these bouncers outside of a club.
The Kung Fu of Dark Souls, and yeah, he'd get beat, and then he would age up for some reason. They never explained it in the trailer. He'd just get older.
It's like a roguelike, where you get older every time you die or something.
That sucks.
And then it showed a 2021 release date, then it just moved to 2022, so that was kind of weird.
Yep, it was Jet, The Far Shore. Jet,
That's all I remember of it.
That was a spaceship game where you go into space and fly around a planet.
Oh yeah, you're exploring a planet or something, and No Man's Sky stuff.
Yep. Although they said no resource collecting, so that's where they're like, this isn't No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Demon Slayer game.
Yep, we hit the anime. Sega, I think, is doing this one. Yeah, this was a Sega game.
Yep. Lost Judgment.
I don't know what they were doing with Demon Slayer. It looked kind of like they were doing like a beat 'em up game. I don't know what's going on.
I mean that makes sense for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shonen.
Should I watch it? Is this the anime to get back into animes?
We can talk about that later.
Okay.
Lost Judgment.
Oh, I'm so excited for that game. That's part of why I bought Yakuza 4 during the Steam sale. I just want to get back into the Yakuza universe. So good. While I can't be in Japan itself.
Bonus news note. This is the last game in the franchise, as you
I
already know.
Because the talent agency doesn't like that they're releasing it on PC.
Yep.
So I guess it's too easy to take out the model or something. Because nobody ever takes a model out of the console.
It's not the model, it's the voice actor, Alex. It's the voice actor.
Well, the model is him.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Why can't they just pull like a Yakuza and just switch the character out?
Yeah, they could do that.
But, I don't know. It's weird stuff. Read up all about it if you want.
Anyways, that game looks awesome. It's got the same silly mini-games from Yakuza universe that you come to love. And it's got the really good crime story. So I am very excited for Lost Judgment.
Last but not least, second to last but not least, Death Stranding Director's Cut, which I'm told I shouldn't call because Kojima doesn't like it being called Director's Cut.
Yeah, Kojima went into a spat on Twitter. A 2-post that he doesn't like that it's called Director's Cut. He says it should be called Director's Plus because a Director's Cut implies that content had to be cut from the final product when in fact all the additional things that are being added to this Director's Cut are actually just things that they produced additionally.
Thanks, Kojima.
You mean like complete edition or something, right?
Extra definitive edition, I guess.
Extra definitive.
By his definition, the first one was the definitive edition. Now this one's even more definitive.
I bet he even came up with that subtitle, and now he's just complaining about it by himself.
Hell yeah, he's creating the storylines.
Yeah.
When is there going to be like a definitive-ist edition?
Mm-hmm.
That's like a Borderlands thing to do right there.
Yeah, it would be. But yeah, they're adding like extra fighting moves, guns for some reason.
Yeah, there's
like some guns they're adding.
Stuff. Yeah.
More story, bosses, stuff.
More
exploration tools. Yeah, more stuff basically.
Hence why he took issue. Oh, I'm gonna be honest here. Can I drop a truth bomb here?
Yeah,
drop it.
If Death Stranding goes on sale on Steam in like 10 years for like $7, I'm gonna buy it and I'll probably play it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's better than what I expected. I thought you were just
is that a bad take to
I
have?
thought you were gonna shit on Kojima or something.
No.
Well, we played together the like Second Strand type game, so
Yeah.
You might as well play the original.
Yeah.
See how it compares.
Last game, the whole point, which which is kind of already tipped.
Yeah, we already knew about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Deathloop got like 10 minutes of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of understand it more now, honestly. I finally understand how the game plays.
Yeah, it was pretty predictable. It looks exactly what you would think it is, which is basically a kind of Dishonored type gameplay. But they've thrown in this Deathloop mechanic. Basically, it's got sort of like a roguelite type, where you can die, and then your, I guess, soul is just kind of left there, and you can pick it up to get this resource that you can spend to like keep guns and things or skills that you've upgraded into future runs of the island. Because your overall objective is to kill like 7 or 8 inhabitants on the island. And one of them is an assassin who tries to attack you in a Dark Souls manner, where it's either an AI or another player.
Dude, I would play that game so much to get really good and then just destroy people.
Yeah, kill people as the other assassin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to play it offline so Albert can't invade me.
No,
that's what I'm scared about.
I'm gonna join your game. It's gonna be, but once you kill me, I'm dead. I think that's the thing. Until you die and then you restart and then you have to fight me again. It's gotta be a perfect run. You gotta kill me. I'm
gonna create a new Steam account just to play separately. Oh, I'm so scared.
I know. September 14th, I'll know.
You'll know.
I'll know that you're gonna be playing it, and I'll be hunting you. I'll just join game. Just keep looking.
kill every single person playing Deathloop until you find my instance.
Exactly. But yeah, looks good.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how many weapons are in the game. They showed off a decent amount of different things they found around the island in their little gameplay demo that they were running us through. So, yeah, we'll see what tools we get.
The guns are quirky. That's all I can say about the guns. They look quirky. Yeah,
it's got kind of like that, I would call it, I guess, TF2 style music.
Yep.
Kind of the jazzy theme going on. So it's pretty good. I don't know. I dig it.
Noir, right? Kind of. I don't know if that's the right word to describe it.
Noir. Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right. We're going to talk about one more thing just because I'm biased and it's my podcast and I can do what I want. Mm-hmm. Final Fantasy 16. Mm-hmm. We're excited about it, so we're going to talk about it. Oh, I guess we'll talk about two more things after this because they're quick. They're game announcements. Final Fantasy 16, Yoko Taro was able to sneak some news out of Yoshi P himself doing the Lord's work. According to Yoshi P, they are done with the story, and they are almost done recording the English voiceovers. So I have a feeling we are definitely going to see this game next year.
Yeah, so that means they're pretty damn far along.
Yoshi P did say that they would have loved to show something off at TGS, but he says what he does want to show, he wants to show essentially like complete gameplay. So we might not see anything at TGS, which makes me feel like we are going to get something at the Game Awards or either a special state of play, in either September or October timeframe, maybe October, November timeframe that will show off this game.
Yeah, and I'm itching to see it because, I'm really excited for this one. I can understand his want to show this, ultimate trailer that's going to make everybody want to buy it because the last few entries of Final Fantasy have been fairly divisive for people in terms of release. And obviously 14.1.0 was one of those. So I think they'll really want to push this one because of how much 14 is succeeding in terms of you can't even buy digital copies sometimes. Yoshi's kind of almost got this aura as the savior of Final Fantasy, so he has to make this project a success or else,
Yeah, I feel like if he succeeds at this, he will have cemented himself at Square Enix as the guy.
Yeah, I feel that way too, where he'll basically be at the level of Nomura as one of the OGs who just basically rose through all the ranks and is basically the guy.
Except for Yoshi P was literally just what? What's Final Fantasy? I just know Dragon Quest X. I just came here 5 years ago.
This game's completely broken? What am I?
Wait,
I have to completely remake it in a couple years?
Wait, Final Fantasy, but there's 10 of them?
There's 10 of them.
There's 14 of them?
14 of them.
Anyways, moving on. Last two things. Game announcements from today, hot off the presses. We had a Company of Heroes 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we had I gotta get the official name.
I hope it's the game that I'm thinking about in my head.
Give me a sec. I'm scrolling. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, which will be the next game at EVO, biggest game at EVO. I'm calling it right now. It confirmed it has rollback netplay, so it'll have very smooth netplay.
Sakurai in shambles. Somebody check up on him right now.
Oh yeah, the Switch can't handle this.
Tristan, I will have my arena waiting. Nigel Thornberry will kick your ass. He'll be like, "Meow," or whatever the noise he makes.
Nigel Thornberry. It was so unexpected. Nobody asked for this.
Yeah,
and yet everyone's excited.
Everyone wanted it. My secondary has to be Patrick Star.
Yeah, Nickelodeon came out. Didn't they come out with a party, a Mario Party type game, a long time ago, and it was really bad. So I don't know.
Probably.
We'll see how this one is.
It's gonna be the next. It's gonna be the vote-in game at Evo. I swear.
Totally. Yeah. It'll be one of those side games that's played for sure.
Yeah, at every stage. Smash tournament.
Move over Street Fighter.
Our last game of the night. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
The finals.
We've got Sandy Cheeks versus Reptar versus Dill Pickle. Oh my god. Alright, any other things? Any other thing anyone wants to talk about that we left out? Or
as excited as I am for Nickelodeon, I actually am really excited for Company of Heroes 3. They showed off North Africa and Italy, so that'll be an interesting part of the war to be in. So yeah, should be fun.
Alex,
I'm just hopeful that this game isn't like God of War 3, where it has a really good trailer and then the actual game comes out.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Alex has been like amassing all this like World War II knowledge secretly over the past 6 or 7 months. I'm just afraid when he's gonna unload it on us.
I actually just recently finished a 24-part documentary series on Amazon last night of the entire timeline of World War II. It started from, all the way the rise of Nazism to the fall of Japan.
Would you say you've hit status of armchair historian at this point?
Absolutely not. I can't just pull all the info out of my head immediately. I remember a lot of things, but there's a lot of conflict that happened. There's a reason it's called the World War, as surprising as that sounds. It's just, it's insane to think about the scale at which World War II was fought.
By the way, random thought, sorry to cut you off. We have an EA Play this month, don't we? Are we going to see some Battlefield?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be trickling more stuff to us pretty soon.
I think it's in like 2 weeks. Let me see. What is it called? EA Play? Here we go.
I forget what the data at the end of the trailer that we got was.
It was the 22nd, I want to say.
Okay.
22nd. I can buy it. All right.
Yeah, 22nd. July 22nd.
All right, next episode, we will be talking about it.
Oh my god. I'm so jealous of my future self right now.
Yeah, I think they said this one's going to be unveiling of one of the new game modes.
Yes. Yes. That's what Tristan wakes up September 17th. He's got an early copy of Battlefield 2042. Oh, man.
He's interviewing Vince himself. Jeez.
It's called Battlefield Fallen Order.
Oh, no.
And that's got Jedi in it.
All right, that wraps it up for episode 75 of Viewport Relay. Viewport Relay is available on Radio Public, iTunes, Google Music, Stitcher, Podbean, and all your favorite podcast directories. If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to subscribe, review, and share it with your friends. We're also on social media as Viewport Gaming on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But Tristan, why Viewport Gaming?
Well, Viewport Relay is part of Viewport Gaming, a website that provides a look into video games through reviews, features, and podcasts. You can find all of our content at viewportgaming.com.
Thank you, Tristan. And as always, I've been your host, Albert Corson, joined by Tristan Jung.
Goodbye.
And Alex Nestor.
See you next time.